Welcome back, everyone, to the Jin&Jenny podcast.
We've got a super exciting topic today, Jen, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, Jenny. Bitcoin just keeps making headlines, right? For the second time this week, it hit an all-time high.
Yeah, I saw that. At 2 p.m. today, it surged past, $116,660, up over 4% on the day, and it confidently reclaimed that $112,000 mark it had already broken earlier this week. It's wild.
It really is. But this rally, it's not just like hype, right? It genuinely reflects a growing global conviction that Bitcoin is more than just digital gold.
Right. It's becoming a really strategic financial pillar, it seems. So the big question is, why are companies, institutions, and even just regular people increasingly buying Bitcoin? That's really what we're going to unpack today.
So let's start with the big players because that's always interesting, isn't it?
Oh, totally. We're talking companies like MicroStrategy, GameStop, Figma, even Trump Media, believe it or not, have added Bitcoin to their balance sheets.
It's kind of wild when you think about it. As of this week, public companies actually hold over 847,000 BTC. And that number, it just keeps climbing.
Yeah, and we're also seeing these huge inflows into Bitcoin ETFs, totaling over $14.4 billion in just months. That's a massive amount of money. And apparently, family offices and asset managers are now allocating like 2 to 5% of their portfolios to Bitcoin.
2 to 5%. Wow. But why though? Besides the obvious returns.
Well, apparently their clients are demanding it. And, historical returns are just really hard to ignore at this point.
That makes sense. Let's shift to the economic side because this is where Bitcoin gets really unique. Unlike regular fiat currencies, Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million coins. That's it.
Yeah, it's designed to be deflationary, which is fascinating.
Exactly. That's why so many people are calling it digital gold, right? In an era of, all this money printing and inflation fears, Bitcoin just offers this really scarce, programmable alternative to store value.
And get this, Jin, the US even formed a working group that's exploring a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That really signals a long-term geopolitical interest in the asset. It's not just a niche thing anymore. From a risk perspective, Bitcoin is also pretty unique.
How so?
Well, it often has a low correlation to traditional markets. So what that means is it can actually act as a buffer when, regular stocks fall. Studies even show it behaves more like a commodity than a tech stock, which is really interesting.
So basically it can help diversify your holdings and potentially improve your long-term returns.
Exactly. It's another tool in the investment toolbox, you could say.
And it's not just for investment either, which I think is a misconception.
No, it's really not. It enables super fast, low-cost global payments. It's used for remittances, which is huge for families sending money internationally, and by merchants in all these crypto-friendly regions.
Oh, for sure. And then there's El Salvador, right? Where Bitcoin is actually legal tender. Think about that for a second. It's giving millions of people access to a financial system they never had before.
Yeah, that's a huge impact. And even VCs are pouring in. Like I saw Ego Death Capital just raised $100 million to build native Bitcoin infrastructure. So the infrastructure's growing too. Now, we should probably talk about the flip side, though. It's not all upside, right?
Oh, definitely not. Bitcoin is still really volatile. Price swings can be extreme, and that's something to consider.
Yeah, and environmental concerns are also totally valid, though it's worth noting that many miners are now actually using renewable energy, which is a good step.
Right, and some economists, like Nobel laureate Eugene Fama, argue that Bitcoin just kind of lacks intrinsic value. And if belief in it fades, it could potentially collapse. That's a pretty strong opinion.
It is. So these are definitely things you need to be aware of.
So, with Bob had said, what should someone actually do if they're listening?
Well, if you're curious, but, still a bit cautious, maybe just start small. Like a 1 to 5% allocation of your portfolio is a reasonable starting point.
And definitely take a long-term view. Just try to ignore all the daily noise because that can be overwhelming.
Exactly. Most importantly, just stay informed because this technology, it's really not going away.
No, it's not. I mean, Bitcoin isn't just the future of money, is it? It's kind of like a mirror reflecting our shifting trust in traditional finance.
Absolutely. And with that, Jin, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Jin and Jenny podcast.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If today's episode gave you something to think about, please do subscribe and share with someone who's maybe still on the fence about Bitcoin.
Until next time, stay curious, stay diversified, and stay open-minded.